Hey everyone, we're back with another Root Digital playthrough, but this time it's not going to be a full game. I really just want to highlight the ending of this game because one, it's really funny, but two, it's an important learning opportunity. It's something that I actually completely overlooked in the moment. And so first, let's just do a little recap of what's happened in this game so far. As you can see, the Marquise de Cat has gone for a mouse dominance play, and right now they actually have their 3 mouse clearings. The upper right clearing in the top right corner, the center right clearing on the river, and the keep in the bottom right. The Vagabond player did a pretty smart move. Instead of going in and using their actions and swords to remove the cats from the bottom right, they've decided to let the cats hold on to their dominance, which domino polices in effect. It forces the Eerie player to deal with the dominance play. And that was actually a really smart move, and you'll see why in a moment. So the Eerie has no choice but to use their actions to stop the dominance, and the easiest clearing in which to do that, because of their moves, is to the keep. So they have no choice but to move 4 warriors into that clearing in order to rule it, and then move their stack of warriors onto the keep. So now this has disrupted the cat's dominance play, so they should not win this turn. They've only got 2 ruled mouse clearings. And it's really great for me, incidentally, because in order to do that, they had to trigger outrage by walking onto the sympathy tokens, and they're going to do so again, which is not too much of a problem for me. This is an important note about dominance plays. A lot of the time, it really ends up helping the Woodland Alliance because players have to shuffle around to both establish their dominance claims, and other players have to trigger outrage again to move and try to stop dominance. So this worked amazingly for me, really, because not only did the Eerie do the work of the table to stop dominance, but they've gone on and turmoiled, which is fantastic. They were definitely in a runaway lead before the cats made the dominance play. So a funny thing about this game, in addition to actually playing and recording, I was trying to solve a movie-based puzzle that one of the players posted in the chat, and that was taking some of my attention. It's not good strategy, but I wanted to solve the puzzle because it's about a movie, and I love movies. Here we go, we're looking at a revolt situation. I can revolt in either of these 2 clearings. The one on the left is right adjacent to my existing base, so I kind of want to go a little bit further. Not to mention the fact that this revolt gives me 2 victory points for destroying the cat buildings, and it positions my base. It gives me a foothold on the right side of the map, which is going to be great. So I do a revolt. I can't spread. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to craft the coins. That gets me up to 17 points, which is really just rocketing ahead. That's a winning position for Woodland Alliance if I can make it to the next turn. I have Propaganda Bureau, which is excellent. However, you'll notice that I have no warriors in the supply, so I couldn't actually place a warrior where I wanted to, I realized. So I just said, it removes a cat, that's not a big deal. So we're just going to go through some normal Woodland Alliance plays in the evening. Just to talk about the movie riddle that the other player posed, that has nothing to do with the game, by the way. It was a sort of anagram / sentence. He gave me a sentence and said, which movie is both summarized by this sentence and is also an anagram of it? And I was super fascinated by the puzzle, and I couldn't figure it out. They ended up giving me the year of release of the movie, and that was an important clue. And so meanwhile, I'm doing all of these little maneuvers with the Woodland Alliance. I'm trying to think of what this movie could be, but of course not on my own turn. So you can scroll through and read the chat that we were posting, see if you can read the clues for yourself to figure out the movie. So he slipped in a Alex Crosswords. Shout out to Alex Crosswords. He slipped in another clue that I had missed, so I'm going back, rereading the chat, and I think I've figured out what the movie is. So I scroll up, came out in 1984, and then I go back to the sentence, which is Iron Threat Met. And I'm trying to unscramble the word, and I realize, hey, I figured out the riddle. What? Wait, what just happened? It's over? Who even won? What? The Cats? The dominance play won? How's this possible? Well, let's go back and check. I was so confused by this, but look what happened. So this is the end of my turn. I draw my 3 cards. I get Root Tea, which is amazing. I can probably craft it for the win on my next turn. Look at the text at the top. The Marquise de Cat is able to use field hospitals, getting 2 warriors back at their keep, which ties them for rule in the bottom right corner. And of course, they have another field hospitals option, and even just 1 warrior puts them at 5 ruling pieces. And that allowed them to win the game. And who is the fool that gave them the warriors, you might ask? Oh, the revolt did it, as well as the pointless propaganda bureau was the 1 warrior. Oh man, I was so embarrassed once I realized it was my fault. So there you go. Good game to the Cats player right there. That was a very nice dominance play. Big Chimpin shoutouts. And yeah, hopefully you learned something from this video and don't do the same thing. I'll see you guys next time. It was the Terminator, by the way.